In this video, I will show you how to complete Lesson 5, Exercise 3, called Learn to Work with Shapes. So sign into Jasper Active with your KSD email and password, and then click on Lessons. Click on the 5th lesson called Insert and Format Graphic Elements. Click Start on Insert and Format Graphic Elements. And then we'll be working on the 3rd exercise called Learn to Work with Shapes. So click on Learn to Work with Shapes. Let the document load. In this exercise, you will create a simple web page for internal training by working with shapes and text boxes. Internal training just means like training within a business. You're just training the employees within your business. Let's click Start. Okay, number 1, insert a text box. Looks like we have 8 sections on this one. So make sure you have enough time to finish this one, because remember, with these lessons, you cannot go halfway. All right, let's go to the Insert tab. And in the text group, we're going to click on Text Box. So towards the right side of the ribbon, we're going to click on Text Box. And we're going to choose the one called Austin Quote. Austin Quote. And the type, you can type or copy and paste carefully without any spaces from the direction panel. Copy commonly used symbols and icons. Once you've pasted and you've made sure there's no extra spaces, press Enter. It has a nice style. All right, number 2, create a shape. All shapes are basically created the same way. You click where you want the top left corner of the shape to begin, and then you drag it to size the shape. So let's go to the Insert tab, and we're going to click on Shapes, and we're going to choose the 5-point star. All right, well, that froze for a moment. So I'm going to go to Shapes, and the 5-point star is towards the bottom. We're going to click on the star. And now watch as your screen, as they draw a star shape that fits within that cell size. Here it is. Once the shape is drawn, it appears with 8 circles around the perimeter. These are handles, just like we saw on pictures, and you can click and drag to resize those. All right, number 3, modify the shape. We're going to click the Shape Fill arrow and click Yellow from the standard color palette. So the star is selected, so we now have a tab called the Format tab, and we're going to go to Shape Fill and choose the standard yellow. The standard yellow. Next to Shape Fill, it says Shape Outline. We're going to click Shape Outline and choose No Outline. No Outline. We're going to click the star and watch as it's now centered inside of that cell. They're resizing it just a little bit. All right. So now in the Insert Shapes group, that's this group of tools on the left, we're going to click the More button, which is the down arrow, and we're going to find the heart shape. The heart shape. It's in the Basic Shapes group, the heart shape. Now watch as the program draws a heart on the page for us. There we go. And now we're going to change some effects. Click on Shape Effects. It's right underneath the fill and outline. And we're going to choose a bevel. The bevel. And we are going to choose round, which is the first row, first option. Kind of makes it look like a button. There we go. Makes it look 3D. All right, section 4. Create a drawing of different shapes. In many cases, when you draw shapes, you want to zoom into the document where the shapes are located so that you can see, be more precise. So we're going to go to the View tab, and we're going to click on Zoom and choose to zoom in 200%. So let's click the bubble for 200% and click OK. We're going to go to the Insert tab and choose Shapes again. And let's find the cube. It's in the Basic Shapes second row, last option. Here's the cube. All right, they're going to draw the cube on the page. All right, now we're going to go back to the shapes again. We're going to click the More button to get more shapes, and we're going to choose an oval. We're going to choose an oval. This time, we're not going to choose it from basic shapes, but up at the top, recently used shapes. And then watch as the program uses the Shift key to make it a circle. If you use the Shift key, it makes it a perfect circle. Which, there it goes. With the circle still selected, we're going to press Control-C, copy it, and then Control-V to paste it 3 times. Control-V, Control-V, Control-V. So now we're going to move it to make it look like a wagon. The computer's doing it for us, so just watch. All right, now some of those shapes to look like wheels need to be behind the cube. So to do this, on the Format tab, we're going to choose the Send Backward arrow button. So on the Format tab, find Send Backward and click the arrow. And we're going to choose Send to Back. Oh, there it's choosing it for us. So now it looks like the wheels are behind. So now we're going to press the Shift key to select each wheel. So press and hold the Shift key and click on the remaining wheels. By holding the Shift key, we're telling Word to kind of hold on to it. All right, with all 4 wheels selected, we're going to go to the Shape Styles group. And we're going to click the arrow for Shape Fill and choose White, Background 1, Darker 50%. So when you see a color that has extra detail like that, it means it's in these upper columns. So it's the first column, the last item. It's called White, Background 1, Darker 50%. Then we're going to click the arrow for Shape Outline and choose the Light Gray, Background 2, Darker 25%, which is the third column, the third option. There we go, so just slightly darker border. And selecting all those wheels at once made it easier because it changed them all at the same time instead of us having to do it one at a time. All right, now we're going to click on the cube and we're going to go to the Shape Fill and we're going to choose Gradient. And we're going to choose Linear Right, which is the second row, first option. Second row, first option. There we go. And as a company tends to use green for its color, we're going to click the arrow for Shape Fill. And we're going to choose Green Accent 6, which is the last column, the 4th one down. There we go. All right, we're going to go to the Home tab now and group our objects together. Just kidding, it won't let me go to the Home tab because I missed a step. We just changed the fill to green, but now we need to go to Shape Outline and choose Green Accent 6, 25%, which is the last column, 4th option down. There we go. Now we can go to the Home tab and we're going to click on the Select tool. The Select tool is underneath, a couple spots underneath the magnifying Find tool. We're going to choose Select and Select Objects. So we use this tool when we want to select a lot of objects at the same time. So they're going to do it on the screen for us. By clicking and dragging around them all, you'll see they all are now selected. So on the Format tab, let's go to the Drawing Tools Format tab, and we're going to choose to group them together. This group tool is right here. It looks like 2 interlocking squares. So click Group, and group. Now this item moves as one item instead of 5 separate things. So it can be resized. All right. Now it will fit in that little spot. All right, section 8, insert a text box shape. In this instance, we're drawing a text box object as a note, letting others know that the marketing department will likely use advanced tools to create a version of this drawing for the web page. So this is a pretty simple drawing. So maybe the marketing group will make one that's a little fancier. So we're going to click the Draw Text Box button. And that is in the Insert Shapes group. It looks like a mini text box, a box with an A around it on the far left. And we're going to draw a text box about 2 inches in width and 1 inch in height. There it goes. And we're going to copy and paste the text from step 3, making sure that there are no extra spaces. Enter. And we can click anywhere in the border of this text box to select it. And let's go take away the outline. So we're going to go to the Shape Outline tool and choose No Outline. So there will be no black line around it. And let's go to the Home tab, and we're going to make it size 8. This font size 8. And now the program's going to resize the box and move it closer to the table. There we go. And let's finish by going to the View tab, clicking 100%, and then click anywhere in the table to unselect the box. And that is the end of this lesson. So please click Finish, allow the page to load your progress, and then click Back to Lessons.